It's one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Denver Broncos
and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. To throw on second down. There we go. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Aragon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Aragon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on their first play from scrimmage. Obviously, that one didn't pan out.
Absolutely not. And how about the momentum that's being created now? You score, you take it away, big return. You got a chance to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the game. That'll feel great for their team.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Throwing to start the drive. Lincoln trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready?
On 1st down, Spencer. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Spencer, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Aragon. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Operating from the gun. Aragon. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
Carlson down to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Throwing after the interception. Aragon. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Richard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Aragon. It's a screen to Richard. And he's got room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards the pickup there.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Spencer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Richard. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. This is a 26-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Lincoln. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
19, 5, 65, 65.
Throwing to start the drive. Aragon.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover. But I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff up the middle. Richard, and he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders 16. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Lincoln.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
First down, Lincoln. He's got him in, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, Royal. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football up a triple option, you've actually called that play. That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on second down. Lincoln, touchdown! Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's 21-3. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. And discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. A great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw on second down, Aragon. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Lincoln. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown Raiders. Daniel Bellinger. 46 yards. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Aragon. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And some room to work. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He finds his man, complete. That's Spencer.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
Ready?
Up the middle they go. Spencer. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Off play action. Aragon. And incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Aragon.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamlin.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Gets around him.
He will have the conversion and more than that.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield, instead checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Richard. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Aragon.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Aragon. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Aragon. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Throwing after the interception. Aragon. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Nate Hobbs.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Room here to run.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing to start the drive. Lincoln flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Lincoln.
And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll run on first down. Royal.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Looking to throw on second down. Lincoln.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Foster Moreau, 51 yards. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And you know, you and I praise tight ends in today's game a lot for being just like a bigger body wide receiver. Boy, a play that long from that position, you just didn't used to see that as much.
No, you were really just counting on the tight end position to catch the football and get what they got on the catch. And now it's the run after the catch that makes them so dangerous. Hard to bring those big guys down when they get rolling.
Couldn't bring him down here. Got into the end zone. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And I think the ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And some space here. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Following the fumble recovery, Lincoln. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Up the middle they go. Richard. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Lincoln. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. But let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Now a handoff up the middle. Richard, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Operating from the gun. Aragon throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Aragon. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
That false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Operating from the gun. Lincoln. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken around the 12. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Buffalo 18. 19 Wyatt.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
Here we go.
2nd and 8 coming up.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw on second down. Aragon. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okurebunom. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On first down, Richard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Aragon. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Aragon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Ready, break.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles. It's thrown all these interceptions, another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this round of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on first down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Spencer. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They'll try the left side. It's Spencer. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dancing to his left. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And this one is incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Lincoln. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And all in all, pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that, because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
On 1st and 10, Lincoln. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but with self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Drops this off to Richard. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Las Vegas, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.